My name is Sal Roseland. I'm the owner-operator of R&R Pheasant Hunting, and I am the 5th generation on our family farm and ranch that was homesteaded in 1881 in Seneca, South Dakota. Every decision we make on the farm and ranch, we've got to take in effect how it's going to affect the other aspects of our operation. And so whether it's farming, the cattle and grazing, or the pheasant hunting. These are our yearling replacement heifers here.
Okay. So you raise all your own heifers?
Yep, 100% commercial. The only thing that we've got actually registered are the bulls that we buy and stuff like that. People can afford a $25, $35 straw semen to put into a cow, but you know, they can't buy a $20,000 bull and stuff. And we actually do a little bit of both. A lot of the bulls we buy are in that $20,000 to $30,000 range. One year my dad got caught in a corner by a cow.
Oh, yeah.
Which we don't keep stuff like that, but it just
sometimes it happens. Yep.
Well, then exactly about a year to that, I got beat up by a cow, and I should have died from what happened to me and stuff. And so we put this working facility.
Then all of a sudden it was worth the money to put in something that keeps, because that's what people, and people in the cattle business know. A good facility helps keep you safe, but like I said, in our place, it's pretty primitive, and there are times where you get a little worried, especially we got kids helping, or neighbors.
Yeah. And this cuts down on our labor force, but also, we're the same way. Our kids are with us 24 hours a day, running the cattle and helping during calving and stuff. And this has been a big deal to keep them safe, because this takes about a third of the people.
Sure.
Anybody that's ever worked cattle before with family knows that there's a lot of times you get done, you can't talk to each other because you're mad at each other.
What?
Somebody's in the wrong spot.
No idea what you're talking about.
Somebody's always in the wrong spot. Not me, but
they say
somebody.
If you want to test a marriage,
yeah, exactly.
Go work cattle together.
So our sort gates up here are all hydraulic as well.
So you can run
off this. So we can actually sort them 4 different ways.
Extra banks right there. So
yep, because the guy that used to have to stand here and throw this gate manually, he was always the maddest. By the
end absolutely. Right. You told me in and he should have went out. Yeah.
Yep. So that's hydraulic. We actually got 2 of these, so then we can work cattle out in the pasture if we have to, and stuff. But we got 2 of them, but similar type tub. And then these are just some holding pens for the calves, baby calves and stuff, because when we work them in the spring. We actually don't brand any of our cattle anymore.
Oh, you don't?
The packers and the people that we sell our calves to get docked at the packing plants because of brands. And so we don't brand anymore.
And you haven't had any problems with that?
This facility's nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we can run a lot of cattle through here. When you make a decision, you've got to figure out how it's going to affect the other entities in our business. And so that's how we've been able to be successful with what we do, because every decision with the ranch, we've got to see how it's going to affect the wildlife, but also affect the farming side of things, and vice versa between the 3 of them. And our calves are generally selling over 800 pounds in the first couple weeks of December every year. They produce very, very well for us and for the feedlots that get them and everything. So we typically have between 14 to 18 ladies that work for us full time during hunting season. And then I'll have about 10 guides that rotate through. There's some days that we might have 5 groups out hunting and stuff, and so it takes a big staff. We do absolutely everything for the guys. They bring their clothes, and that's it. Wow. We provide shells, license, guns. They don't have to travel with guns or nothing. I built my second lodge in 2007,
So
and
first one in only a couple of years, it's like, all right, we're outgrowing that.
Yeah, we have tried to do everything South Dakota made. So it's a true South Dakota experience. And that's why, one of the reasons why people come back to us and have hunted with us for 18, 19, 20 plus years. You got to be able to read people really quick because of the safety side of things. Because a lot of people that we get, this is their first experience hunting and stuff. And so you want to give them the best possible experience as you can, as safe as you possibly can. Kind of a cool part of the ranch to show more of our biodiversity and everything that we offer, the wildlife, the cattle, and our farming stuff. We have little pieces of property just like this, little parcels like this all over our property. We call them safe zones that we don't hunt. We just let the wildlife go here.
Well, they've got water, they've got cover, they've got more food than you could get out of a feeder.
Yep.
And no hunting pressure. But on top of that, you can see a whole lot of corn stubble too, so you must be doing some
rotational.
Your farming stuff, rotational stuff, but you're not tilling it up either. So you're really in tune with that soil health and no-till type farming, I'm assuming?
We don't till hardly any ground anymore. You don't get the moisture, and every time you till the ground, you lose your moisture and stuff. But for the soil health and everything else, pretty much everything is no-tilled. So, the stewardship of the land is something that's been passed down for a long time in our family. I'm not a big farmer. That's not my mentality and stuff, and don't take this the wrong way. But I always say that farming is more about the money. Ranching is about the lifestyle. And that's how we live. If you don't diversify nowadays because of the cost of everything, if farming's down, the cattle and the hunting kind of brings our operation back up. And vice versa. Man, this time of night, the light, it's just beautiful. This is the best time to be in South Dakota. This pond right here, we've got stock full of fish and stuff for the kids and for us to do and everything. I want to put a cabin up here eventually that's kind of off the grid and stuff, because we, with having the cattle, we don't get to travel much together and do a lot of the same things that most families do. We don't get to go to the river every weekend and stuff like that because we're married to the place, because we've got cows. The minute you schedule something, the cows are going to be out.
Yeah.
It never fails. And so, somebody's always got to be here. The family history and the heritage out here is absolutely amazing, what you can find in the land. It's just nuts. The cool thing about this property is what we didn't know when we bought it, but it overlooks our operation.
It's beautiful,
and stuff, and that's why we kind of want to put a cabin or something up there.
You can
get away.
Yeah, the view of your place from right here is pretty cool.
It's when it's green and the grass has grown up and stuff. A lot of this we've put up for hay now, but it's pretty amazing.
I'm Sal Roseland. We are at R&R Pheasant Hunting and on Roseland Ranch. What do I do here?
Maybe an easier question is, what don't you do here?
Yes, I am the operations manager of R&R Pheasant Hunting, which means I could be a cook, I could be a housekeeper, I could be doing the bookwork, I could be managing HR issues. I could be doing a lot of things on any given day. I do feel like every ranch wife feels humble because what we do doesn't seem, glamorous, or maybe it's not always even visible. But I do think that, we do hold a lot of stuff together. We manage a lot of details, and that's kind of how it is too for me on the ranch side of things. I have a degree in animal science, and I love cows. And some days I love cows more than people. But You know, I do a lot of things on the ranch side of too, and I enjoy it. I really do. I'm blessed to be able to work with my family and do the things that I love. And it's not always easy work and it's not always pretty, but it's important.
There's no place better to raise a family than on a farm and ranch. See it every day with the kids and stuff that go through the lodge and the people that we meet. We're very fortunate to be able to have our kids grow up in a family farming, ranching operation.
During hunting season, it is definitely a juggling act because I come to the lodge about 5:30 in the morning and start cooking. And so Sal will get the kids on the bus, and we have 2 daughters and 2 sons. And the daughters have mentioned Dad's hair combing skills. They're not great, but we make it work.
We're here at the Roseland Ranch by Seneca, South Dakota, home of R&R Pheasant Hunting, owned by Sal and Kelly Roseland. The biodiversity on this ranch is just absolutely amazing. They do a wonderful job of creating and fostering habitat for wildlife, which is transcended into a flourishing pheasant hunting business. Today we got to see a lot of the cattle operation and some of the really cool facilities that they've been building up over the years and expanding that operation. We're gonna get a good night's rest here. We're gonna have a lot of fun, have some home-cooked South Dakota meals. And tomorrow, we might even get to go sling some pheasants and see if we can put some in the bag. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
So my dad bought this bus for the Faulkton School in 1991. He was the president of the school board. And this was the very bus that I rode to school in every day. And when I started my business, this was the first bus I bought. So this is going to be a little more difficult because we won't really necessarily have a blocker because there's not much wind right now. I think we'll walk one strip down and then come back down the other strip. And then we're going to walk down to that Milo strip down there. Just make sure you got a lot of shells on you. Our prime objective for the day is to get everybody home safe, all right? So when we're walking, we're gonna walk real nice and slow, and with our guns pointed straight in the air, you let them get up high before you pull the trigger on a bird, all right? So we're gonna be walking in a straight line in the Milo. When a bird is shot, I'm gonna tell you one of two things. I'm either gonna tell you to stop, and we'll let the dogs retrieve the birds back to me, or I'm gonna tell you to keep walking. Absolutely no shooting on the ground. Even if the bird's wounded, we got good dogs. The dogs will get the birds. Okay, so there's no reason to shoot something on the ground, because when you shoot something on the ground, you have more chances of shooting the blocker or shooting somebody in front of you on the wing. All right. There's no hawks, no eagles, no owls. The average fine's been about 50 grand. So don't shoot them, all right? It's roosters only, so shoot the colorful ones. If you shoot a hen, it's $100. And then we got a nice presentation at supper for you. If you're not feeling good, let me know. I can't guarantee a mouth-to-mouth, but I will shock out of you because I've got a defibrillator on the bus. Let's head down to this Milo strip and we're gonna walk that way. The beep on the collars is, I'm not actually shocking the dogs. That's just me locating them so I can find them. We start putting them on birds about 6 months. You couldn't afford to pay a trainer for the experience that we can give a dog out here. So our job here is to stay in a straight line, okay? So then you always know where the shooter is, all right? But now you see how we hunt here in this U formation. Now you got the blue sky rule, all right? Just make sure it's up in the air, okay? All right, ready, buddy? Real slow, let the dogs work this. Try retiring our dogs at about 9 years old, and then we'll give them away to, you know, good homes and people that are weekend hunters. The dogs really start slowing down about 9, but still have several years of good hunting left in them for guys that just hunt weekends and stuff. So we just give them away to good homes and stuff.
Sure. Well, they sure look like they enjoy their job.
Yeah, they're pretty spoiled. Traditionally, you walk everything into the wind. So the wind today is supposed to be out of the southeast eventually. And so we normally would have came down to that end and walked back. The reason why you do that is because the wind blows the scent back to the dogs. And so it just makes it a lot easier for the dogs to find the birds. There's birds running ahead of us, about 100 yards up there. Oh, rooster! Rooster! Take it! Rooster! Take it! Take it! Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here, Rocky. Good puppy. Good puppy. Yeah. Good puppy. Good puppy. Good puppy. Rooster! Get the next one. Here! Rooster! Take it! Take it! Head! 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 Nice shot. Reload. You're ready. Everything affects what we do. Just like farming and ranching, the weather is the biggest thing we can't control. And so it's always kind of amazing whether the day's got high clouds or low clouds, changes the way the birds fly and how they act. Whether it's hot, cold, windy, not windy, you know, it's kind of amazing. You know, we've got the best job in the world. We get to create lifelong memories for people. And you know, it doesn't matter if it's a Fortune 500 CEO or family friend type hunts. It's the same feeling and same experience when you're out in the camaraderie, being together as a family or as a business. There's no better feeling.
Sal said, you know, my worst day at work's better than most people's best day. That's pretty cool.
That's true. And you know, I think after 21 years of hunting, we truly, that's the only reason that we keep doing it, is because we keep having people come that have such a great time when they're here. Because truthfully, in our minds, we're going through the list of all the cattle stuff that needs to be done in the fall, and we're kind of waiting for hunting to get out of the way so we can get back to ranching. But then you see how happy people are and the memories that they make. We have many generations that come here and hunt, and that's important, you know, that people get to have a place where they can make those memories. And we like that they feel a connection to us and a connection to our place here too, you know, that it's bigger than just our family.
There's a lot of misnomers about the hunting industry and about ranching and farming, and that we just steal from the land. We don't put nothing back, but if there's one takeaway from our operation and learning more about our family and our heritage is that farmers and ranchers and hunting lodge owners are some of the best stewards of the land. There's nobody that cares more about taking care of their property that they have blood, sweat, and tears for generations on than farmers and ranchers.
You know, I don't judge our operation off awards or sponsorships, or, you know, sometimes don't even do it off the people we meet. It's, you know, it's the winter time when it's colder than heck, and you drive along a set of trees and there's 10,000 birds that lift and go out. And right next to them is 500 deer that we winter here and stuff. And that's the only kind of award that we need, is seeing how we've been able to be successful incorporating the cattle, the birds, and the farming and the wildlife and stuff. And there's no better award.